About time I got into one of my trades. Finally, it's been I've been waiting like 20 minutes. I got in an Audi USD. We're using support and resistance and the trend reverse here. We're using this arrow on the 8 on the 28 mark, and we're just kind of coming up at that process and getting a strike at that arrow or above. If it's really close to being above, we can get in. So not too bad. We're just going to sit here. We're at 75.69 on the strike and 75.68 on the indicative happening now. Not really looking at this as a basic heart attack trade, but it's definitely there. One of the things that you have to do is that you always have to add on a 2 pip range on the top side there. So we're getting ready to do the webinar. This is just a quick hit on the Nadex webinar that we're doing, not Nadex webinar, the webinar that we're doing for our 5-minute binaries in the system tonight. So I just wanted to kind of reach in and show you that, you know, this stuff is all, you know, you wait for the perfect trade, you wait for the time, it has to set up. And once it does, sometimes it's right there. Now, did I push it? And the answer is yes. And this is why I'm showing you this, is that when the mark is at 75.69, okay, you're supposed to add 2 pips up when it's a sell. And that's where my folly came in. I should have added the 2 pips up, which would have been 75.71. So that's basically, you know, if it fails now, it's on my folly. It is a higher risk trade. It can work. It can drop down that 2 pips. It can actually get there. Because now I'm going to sit and follow this since it's staying kind of flat. I want to open that screen up, have a look at it, but it's still kind of staying flat. Now, being that this is a high, okay, because we're going higher highs here, and this is a trend up, I try to stay off of these trend down pushes. But because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back up again, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a possibility this thing could come up in the last minute here to kind of break this, because this is the line it wants to break, right? This is that line it wants to break because it wants to continue to go in this uptrend, in this little mini uptrend. If we sit back and look, this little mini uptrend that we're doing over the last 30, 40 minutes. So you got to keep that in mind as these little dotted lines on the support and resistance system are the temporary higher highs or lower lows systematic in here. So it's helping you see where those high lows are coming at. We might luck out here with this process here, if I can see it right now. 75.68 on the 6. Being that I got it at $25 or $21, if I see $11 pop on this thing automatically, I'm taking it. So I want to kind of keep an eye on this now. We got about 16 seconds left, 15 seconds left. And just see what happens here. Now, see, we got about 7 seconds left, and it's still in the negative, which I'm really surprised at. I guess it's just sitting right there for a reason. 2, 3, 1, 0, and that's a win. All right, well, that's basically it. That was a quick $21 into the process there. Hope you like that. Let me see here. Is there another setup here before I take off? Nope, that's basically it. There was a couple of setups that we were able to look at and get close to. We didn't do that one, or that one, but we got this one here because it's set up at that high range there, and I noticed that trend was flattening out. That was the only reason I ended up getting in on that particular market, because we had a trend, short-term trend, higher high, mark off there on the dotted line. So I was able to push that just a little bit. But again, a little heart attack trade. All right, I'm Max Farrow. This is Dexindicators and Dex Signals, and we'll see you in the next one. This was a little quick mini in and out.